Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, then hi, my name is Caitlin, welcome. And today I'm doing something a little bit different. This is the top 10 eyeshadows in my makeup collection. So I do have a few rules for this. Number one, I could not have the pastel roses shades because honestly it would all just be the pastel roses shades. If you want me to do a top 10 pastel roses shades, let me know, because I just thought it was a little bit unfair to the rest of my collection to put simply indie duochromes in this list. I do have a mix of shimmers and mattes. I could not have the like flaky shimmery kind of shades, but other than that everything was pretty much fair game. I've tried to have some like practical shades and also some fun shades as well in this list. I've tried to make it very like on the board. Is that the saying? Across the board, that's the one. So yeah, some of these may be a little bit boring to some people, but honestly, I love them. I think these shades are absolutely top tier. I love. So yeah, some of these may be surprising to you, but some of them you may just be like, yeah, we know. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe because it would mean the world to me. I do so many project pans, shop my stashes and get ready with me's here on this channel, normally with bright, fun, colourful makeup looks. Today I am definitely a little bit more neutral, but you know what? You gotta have a neutral day sometimes. Everything that I'm wearing on my face, as well as all the products mentioned in this video, will be linked down in the description below. So if something catches your attention, definitely go and check. They are affiliated, so if you do shop using my affiliate links, thank you so much. That means the world to me. It really does help out this channel. All right, so they are in order and I'm just gonna jump straight into it with number 10. So number 10 comes from my Book of Magic palette, which is a very loved palette in my collection. And to be honest, the shade that I've picked may surprise you. I have actually picked the black in this, which is the shade Hex. So I love black eyeshadow, okay? You have no idea. I love black eyeshadow. I start pretty much every single eye look with a black eyeshadow. I started this look with a black eyeshadow today, and Hex is the most pigmented black eyeshadow I think I have ever tried. I'm gonna swatch them all on camera. Look at that. Oh my god, that wasn't a good swatch on my part. This is the blackest black. I need to get a wipe because this is going to get messy. So this is obviously not like a super fun, like indie duochrome kind of thing, but practically this is one of my favorite shades. I'm already making a mess of my arm. That's good. Whenever I need a black that I can rely on, I will pull out this palette just for this shade. Again, super boring number 10, I know, but I love it. It has a very special place in my heart. You guys know I love my dramatic, dark, vampy looks, and the shade Hex is the perfect shade for it. You can see I have a pan in it. It is well loved. And yeah, I can honestly see myself finishing this shade in the future, which is pretty crazy. I am currently working on a different black eyeshadow in a project pan, but if it wasn't for that, this would be like half done by now. I love this shade, very boring, I know, but it does have a special place in my heart. What can I say? Number 9 might also be a little bit of a boring shade for some people. It comes from my Juvia's Place Warrior palette. And this palette is my Project Level Up Level 4 palette. And the shade, again, probably a boring shade for some people, but it's this shade. It's the shade Mino. So as I said, I do start all of my looks with a black, but this shade Mino, I'm gonna swatch it there. This is such a dark brown that I can kind of skip the black step. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. This is one less eyeshadow in my crease and in my blend. I always find that the less eyeshadows you have in a blend, the better the look. So I really like it because I know when I use this, I don't necessarily have to rely on a black for the depth. If you build this up, this can be almost as black as a black without being black. Does that make sense? I can also use it in my brows, so obviously eternally grateful for that. But I'm now gonna go on to some more fun shades because I know these two probably weren't the most fun. The next shade is from my Beauty Bay Wilderness palette, and I'm going to talk about the shade Breeze. This is stunning. This is one of those Beauty Bay shimmer formulas that is just insane. Look at that. They're starting to get wonkier, I'm realizing, but look at how bright this is. The only downside of this is I can't really incorporate it with a lot of looks. This takes over a look, and some of you may love that, okay? Some of you guys will be like, take over a look? Hell yeah, I want that. But for me, I do like to do a lot of like duotone kind of looks, but when I do add this to a look, it is stunning. It is almost like a highlighter. It adds so much brightness and light and just wonderfulness to a look, and it is quite a unique shade. It's almost like a seafoam kind of shade. I think this is gorgeous. I think this suits my style very, very well. Some of the Beauty Bay shimmer formulas I'm not a fan of, but this one, absolutely insane. I love it. Okay, next is actually a single shadow, and this is KKW Glass. I wasn't expecting to like this too much when I first got it. As you can see on the finger, it doesn't look too assuming. It doesn't really look incredible, but swatched out, I'm hoping you can see it is stunning. And sheared out on the lid, it has a very, very similar texture to Mitchell Drip Drip. It can be sheared out to just be like this wash, a very subtle shimmer on the lid. And honestly, these two are kind of interchangeable. The only reason that Glass takes a higher place is because I can use it in more looks. You guys know I absolutely love my cool toned neutral looks, and Glass is just such a perfect shade. I very rarely wear it like this, to this opacity. As I said, I do normally just have a wash of twinkle on the eye. It is so stunning. It is so beautiful. As I said, I was not expecting to love it this much. I did get it in a mystery box, so obviously you take a risk when you get things in mystery boxes, but I've just fallen in love with it. And it doesn't even look that used, because honestly, the tiniest bit goes such a long way. I think I did hit a 25 use goal in, I think my This Is Fantasy Project Pan, and it just does not look used at all, because literally you tap it, put it on your eyes, you've got the perfect sparkly wash of colour. I love this so much. Okay, next. Okay, this is a bit of a controversial one. And the reason I think that it is so far down on this list is probably because of the brand. This is J-Star Food Videos, and if I could have a dupe of this, I would in a heartbeat, and I would just declutter this. But this, I don't think it swatches very well, to be honest. No, it doesn't. I promise this looks good on the eye. Actually, I'm not going to try and sell you on it. Don't buy it. This is more for the colour. This is what the colour looks like. Again, it doesn't swatch too great, but it is like a highlighter neon yellow. I do have a loose pigment that is very similar, but it's just not quite as vibrant. And I just think it is beautiful. I use this shade in the inner corner of a lot of my eye looks. You guys know, if you've been on this channel for a while, I love my bright, colourful eye looks. And this on the inner corner just adds something amazing, something special, something unique. And honestly, I wish this was not made by this man, because I do not support him in any way anymore. But this shade is just stunning. If you guys know a dupe for this, something so vibrant, something matte, let me know down in the comments. I have ordered something that I think could be a replacement for it, but it is a shimmer, it's not a matte. So I'm going to see how that goes. There will be a review later on. I do love it. Again, it doesn't swatch very well, I know, but packed on the inner corner, it gives this kind of futuristic, vibrant kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's just beautiful. Just a bit of a shame, isn't it? Next, I actually can't swatch this because I've completely used it up, and I cannot believe that this is number 5. But Warm Taupe from the Modern Renaissance palette. I'm speechless. I did not realise that this shade would be such a beautiful shade. I'm going to try and find, I think I know a shade that is very, very similar. So for the sake of swatches and kind of showing you guys what the shade looks like, I'm going to use the shade Calcination from my Lethal palette. It's this shade up here. Warm Taupe isn't quite as pinky toned as this, but I did use up Warm Taupe completely in my Pan That Palette update a month ago. Yeah, at the start of this month, I did use up Warm Taupe completely. My boyfriend was gutted when I told him that I had finished Warm Taupe because he loves this shade so much, as do I. It was my go-to look, along with kind of glass on the lid. Oh my god. Stunning and gorgeous. I miss Warm Taupe so much. I really want to get a replacement of it. Obviously a bit annoying because I can't swatch it. This is definitely more pinky than Warm Taupe, but Warm Taupe has my heart. I really want to get a single of it, but I know that that's so stupid because I have so many shades so similar to Warm Taupe. It would be so stupid to get a replacement, but I really miss Warm Taupe. I love Warm Taupe. I love these taupey shades. This matte, grungy, smoky, cool tone shade. Sign me up. I love it. Oh, I just wish I had it to swatch one more time because I flew through that shade. I loved it. And the fact that I finished it, you know that it's good. Okay, at number 4, I have Ice Dream from Colourpop. This is a Super Shock shadow, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it on camera. Oh my god, I hit pan. Did I hit pan? I did! I hit pan just swatching it now. How fun. It's a tiny weeny pan. You're not going to be able to see it on camera, but how fun. Oh my goodness me. So this is number 4, and it is like a blue to pink to purple toppery shade. It does have a bit of a clear base. Let me try and build this swatch up. It is going to be quite hard to see because, as I said, the base is quite clear. It is more of like a sparkle shade. You can see it there. It is so fun. Again, this over the top of Warm Taupe. Yes. Yes! I just love Warm Taupe. But hopefully you can see the sparkle, the shimmer there. It may just look white on camera, but honestly, it is so stunning. If you can find some proper, like, in-depth, high-quality pictures of this shade, I would 100% recommend it. Even if you're just starting to get into colour, I would recommend this shade wholeheartedly. It's not too in your face, but it definitely does have that purpley blue shift to it. And honestly, it's stunning. The finish is stunning. It's just like a glittery, sparkly mess in the best way possible. It's gorgeous. So that is my number 4. Okay, I did just run off to change my battery very, very quickly. So if the angle or the lighting's changed a little bit, I do apologise. But we are moving on to number 3. And I'm actually a little bit gutted about this because I don't know if I'm going to be able to swatch it. But this is Colourpop Ritz. And mine is completely dried up. You can kind of see in here, it is very well loved. I did put some Duraline in it. I don't know if we're going to be able to get a swatch out of this. I'm going to try my best. Okay, I've managed to get a decent swatch here. You can see. I'm hoping it's coming across because obviously this swatch is pretty dry, but I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna buy a replacement of this as soon as I can. If Colourpop do have a international free shipping day, I will 100% buy another one of Ritz. Ritz is one of those shades. It obviously has a bit of a taupe base, but it has the most beautiful shimmery, sparkly, wet texture. You can see on my arm, this is Ritz when it's on its last legs. If this is Ritz on its last legs, imagine how stunning and gorgeous Ritz is brand new. Okay? Just imagine, okay? It is amazing. It is stunning. It is breathtaking. You can see how breathtaking it is there. And honestly, this makes me think that I could maybe like repress this shade and try and like mush it up a bit because I've just not been able to use it. You can see how loved this is. You can see all the pans in it. There's 3 pans in here, and it just has my heart. It really, really does. Ritz is such a classic shade, and I feel like so many people own this shade, and rightfully so. This with, can you guess, warm taupe. Oh my god, beautiful. That was like my go-to for so long. Warm taupe and then Ritz on the lid. It just makes your eyes wet in the most beautiful, neutrally way possible. If you want to add some colour, add like a blue in a corner. Mwah, chef's kiss. Gorgeous. I just love it so much. I really hope I can either revive this or get a replacement ASAP, because this is one of the most beautiful eyeshadows I've ever seen. Next is probably, as of a few months ago, my favourite eyeshadow, but it has recently been dethroned. You knew it was coming. You knew that this palette was on its way. And I'm going to talk about the shade Lumi. So it doesn't actually look that used, and that's because it actually fell out of the pan. Like, the pan didn't fall out, the actual eyeshadow itself just flopped out of the pan. So I did have to repress it, but trust me, before it was repressed, this bad boy was used and abused. This is a white to blue iridescent shade, and honestly, has my heart. So I'm going to swatch it here for you guys. So as you can see, it definitely has that blueness to it. I am working on a Revolution shade that's very, very similar to this in my rolling project pan right now. And it's just, it looks white. There's no blue in it really. It just looks white. But this, you can see, it's almost like a UV blue. And this on the inner corner, even if you're not a colourful person, it is just stunning. Like, I'm just looking at it now. Obviously, my arm's a little bit twisted because I've been swatching this way. But looking at it now, it has such a beautiful blueness to it that other Revolution shade does not have. And a lot of other shades like this do not have. And I just think it's gorgeous. Just on the inner corner, or even as a wash of colour. If you're not that into neutrals, again, this is such a safe shade. I know a lot of people really don't like playing with colour or playing with blue, but this is such like a gateway eyeshadow. That's what I'm going to call it. It's a gateway eyeshadow. For people who love neutrals, but maybe want to dabble into some colour, this shade, this is for you. And honestly, this whole palette just has my heart, to be honest. I think that this palette is just gorgeous even now. Like, you know how hard it is to hit pan on Colourpop mattes. I hit pan include in. I want to hit pan in all of these shades, to be honest. I may roll this into a project level up. I don't know. I think it would be really fun actually to have this in a project level up. Should I? I mean, I did have other plans for level 5, but who knows? Maybe I'll roll this in. This could be such a fun level up palette. Oh, should I? Who knows? Who knows? All right, number 1. Are you ready? I have very, very recently had this in my collection, and who knows? Maybe it's just like the newness honeymoon period, but right now, Mitchell Drip Drip is the most insane shade ever. Like, it is just... it's gorgeous. So I'm going to swatch it on my arm here. Hopefully that's in frame. And then I'm going to kind of tap it out. And this is what it looks like. You can see it is so shimmery and shiny, but it doesn't have a base to it. It's just beautiful silver glitter. It is like KKW, just like amped up to the max. And guess what? You can use it on top of warm taupe. Way! I need to let go of warm taupe because it's not around anymore, and I need to like accept that. Can you tell I love it so much? But this shade is stunning. And you know what else I love about it? It kind of stays tacky. If I want to add one of these like chameleon-y, duochromy, multi-chromy shades, I don't even need glitter glue. I just tap this on my lid and I can just add it on top, because it's still tacky and it sticks. It's amazing. At first I thought the tackiness was a bad thing, but then it does take a while to like stop being tacky. You do feel it a little bit for about an hour after you put it on, which obviously is a bit But for me, once you get past that, I think it's really, really beautiful. This isn't actually an eyeshadow. This is actually a blush. But I think he markets it as a highlighter. I would never put this on my cheeks, personally. I think it's a little bit too much. But, holy crap, look at this. Look at this. It is stunning. So yeah, this is my number one. As of right now. Obviously things could change. Things normally do change pretty much every day here on this channel. Some days I love things, sometimes I just want to bathe in pink for some reason. Some days I want to bathe in blue, that's most days. But I'm just so happy with all of these eyeshadows. Some of them may have been a bit of a weird pick, I understand. But practically wise, these shades have my heart and soul. So yeah, this is where I'm gonna love you and leave you guys. This was actually quite a long video. I didn't expect it to be this long, but I can just talk for England. Honestly, I can rattle on for years if you let me, so I'm gonna go. I honestly can't stop looking at these swatches. I think they're beautiful. What shade is your favorite from this list? Let me know. Let me know your top 10 as well, because maybe I have them in my collection. Who knows? This is where I'm going to love you and leave you guys. I hope you did have an amazing day today. Stay safe, like and subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye!